as we have our first game going on, round 1. Um, we have Amadeus Grün with the deck Hero of Heart, or Hurt, against Julian Felix Flury with Vial control. Wow.
Oh wow, we already have 2 of the best players of the tournament, I think.
Yes,
sitting
that's
at
very
this
true.
Table. So tell me about Amadeus' deck. I think you know it.
I know a little bit of it. He was really intrigued by the ninjas that were printed in Commander. Yuriko, she's called, I think. And then the foundry, I forgot which foundry it is. You can sack Thopters to make 4/4 artifacts. Wow, and this is the, you know the card name? I forgot it, but I know what it does.
No, I don't know it either.
Right. So you can
Great
sack
start,
artifacts.
Matthew.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Amadeus' fault for playing cards nobody knows. Julian does not know the deck either.
So it is a Scape Shifter, which obviously is amazing with ninja triggers, because
Yes.
both triggers from the ninjas, the 4-mana 1, 2/3, which draws card for each ninja, deals damage, and then Eureka, which flips the top of your library and deals damage to your opponent. You draw the card, and eventually they trigger for all ninjas, and this is one too, as it is a shapeshifter. Yeah, so it's a really spicy list, and he plays the Ornithopters, as I said, to also enable him to ninja in a lot of creatures.
And I'm guessing Baleful Strix for value as well.
I don't think he even plays Baleful Strix. It's just really four Omnithopters, and then the 1 mana from the last edition, 1 mana Shapeshifter, black 1 unblockable, which is quite amazing if you wanna ninja and stuff, which we see happening right now.
It's already happening. On the other side, we see Julian Felix Flury, which is a very good player. He has a lot of
Yes.
good results. And it says Vial control, but I'm guessing he is on a Jeskai mentor list, seeing the Astrolabe here.
Seems so, and the Flooded Strand.
Yes.
Let's see, does he react? He does have a Brainstorm. Probably looking for a sword or some sort of removal spell to get rid of this ninja, to not let Amadeus draw cards. Amadeus is quite flooded, by the way, if I saw it right. He has like a sword and a Caracas and 2 more lands, I think.
Which is fine if he gets to connect with the ninja for
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
turns.
I think it's quite a crucial spot. If he connects now, he'll be very happy.
Yes.
He'll be very happy. Yeah, Vial control seems... I don't know. Do you think he plays Ether Vial
No,
at all?
I can't imagine. Also, last time he attended a Legacy event, he was playing basically the same deck without Astrolabe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, talking about
So
Astrolabe.
my guess it would be it's kind of Jeskai mentor build.
Yeah, controllers, yeah, and we saw Snapcaster Mage in his hand, so I think
Yes.
you're definitely right. And he likes to play these colors. I have played against him, or saw him playing as well a few times, and he was mostly on like blue-white X controlish decks.
Yeah.
With
Makes sense to me.
Brainstorms and Force of Wills, and a lot of other shenanigans. So let's see. Oh, he finds an island. Probably no removal spell then.
No, I'm guessing the ninja is going to connect and draw some cards.
Yeah, Amadeus is going to be very happy.
Yep.
Very, very happy about that. Yeah, I hope we're going to see all the spice of his deck. Untapping. Draw. Yeah, Astrolabe, really interesting card. I think it's busted, almost. Because like
Really?
it cycles and it just fixes your colors so well. You also get like to bounce it with Teferis or something. So I really like the card. Maybe it's not busted, but I really I fell in love with the card when I started playing it in Modern as well. And some 3-color lists. It just allows you to fetch basics and remain consistency through your mana base, which is quite valuable, I think. Have you played with it at all?
I have not made up my mind completely about it yet, but I think it's one of these cards that seems so fancy and cute and produces results, but will fade away again.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's that valuable actually.
Okay.
Because lists have cut it preordains and portents to play this card, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I do understand that. Like,
It lowers the blue count, it decreases the size of your graveyard, you don't get to filter as well.
true, very true.
And except for color control, the decks that play it already have a very stable mana base, so I don't think it is needed as much.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference to modern as well, because you give up ponder and preordains, as you said, and not like
Oh,
serum visions, which
he
is quite
does
bad. It
play
is
Vial.
Ether Vial.
Oh
Fun.
my god, what is
Awesome,
happening?
awesome.
That is so cool.
Playing Ether Vial, passing the turn.
I was afraid we were going to see Delver, Mirrors, and Jeskai
No,
and
not at
whatnot
all.
all day.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. We had the right
Ninjas
match.
versus Vial control.
Getting in. Wow, and Amadeus connecting the second time, so the ninja paying off already quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, Felix must feel, Julian must feel bad about the ninja connecting over and over. Let's see what he plays here.
I think Amadeus is already at a point where he's so far ahead that it doesn't matter much what Julian Felix is doing.
You think?
And the turn 3 Ether Vial obviously will not impact the game as much as he would like.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you usually want to play a turn 1, do you? Don't you? Right, and he's replaying his. I have to look up the name, but it's amazing because it increases the mana that your opponent has to spend on removal spells targeting your creatures. You have to pay 1 more, else it's countered. So it really adds. It is quite an aggressive deck. It really adds up to this ninja aggressive strategy. And Ornithopter's beating in, although we didn't see one yet. And drawing a card, passing back. Let's see what Julian has.
The ninja doesn't have any evasion though, right?
No, not at all.
But I think I peeked a glimpse of Swords to Plowshares in Amadeus' hand,
Yes.
so even if Ethervile produces a blocker, he's pretty safe.
Yes, I agree.
A third Brainstorm. Usually that's
Digging
an
deep.
amazing sign, but he's not finding anything useful apparently.
No, yeah, I think now he found the swords. Yes,
Yes.
he does find the swords.
That's a start.
But Amadeus has a force, and I think he will not hesitate to cast it on the swords because
even if he doesn't, the ninja was already a 3-1 trade.
yeah, definitely. And if he gets to connect with both next turn, then he's gonna draw 2 cards, which is gonna probably close it out almost.
Yeah.
And he is. He told me as well. I talked with him about the deck. He's playing, I think, 2 Force of Negation and 4 Force of Will main.
Yeah,
And then even
does make sense to
the
me.
third. Yeah. He wants just aggressively stick his ninjas, protect them, while being tapped out with the forces, and then just connect with them to get the cards back.
Yeah. Do you know if he plays Daisies as well?
I do not think so. I didn't see any yet. And he's usually not a big fan of Days. As far as I know, but no, I don't think so.
I don't think I saw a blue card to pitch to the
No.
Force though.
He does have a lot of lands in hand. I think he's quite flooded.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes difficult to see the cards good. Yeah. Let's see. Just passing the turn back. He has also he has to pay 2 for the swords now because of the. Did you look up the card? No, you didn't.
No.
It's alright. Right.
And
In
Julian
upkeep.
Felix Flury is playing the sword in upkeep to dodge the Force of Negation, I would guess.
Yes. Smart play there.
Let's see if we can get a peek at his Amadeus' hand. Oh, there is a blue card. I think it was a standstill, right?
No, I don't think it. Does he play? That would be amazing.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Amazing if we see standstill today. Let's swap back. If you have any inputs like on the camera or something, if you want to say something to the organizers or anything, just leave it in a chat. Or there's also Twitter, which you can join to leave messages, comments, and feedbacks. We appreciate it. Yeah. Now he found the second Force of Will, which he would have loved to draw in his main phase. Oh, we're still. Oh, sorry, we went back. Wow. Recruiter of the Guard.
Yeah.
Protected by a spell pierce. Amazing.
A hard-casted recruiter nonetheless.
With Violent too.
Yeah.
What is he
It sucks so
finding?
much that he had to play Vial on turn 3.
Yeah.
Because recruiter you definitely don't want to hardcast.
Yes. I do agree.
Not a good play in this format.
Yeah, and the Vial will be relevant now, I think.
Yeah, it will start to get. It will definitely start to kick in now.
Yeah. Really wondering. Yeah, this game would have been over if the swords didn't resolve. But he even had the spell pierce back up. So.
Yeah. I think Amadeus got very unlucky here.
Yeah. drawing like 4 or 5 lands in a row.
Yep.
Oh, right. Value train. Finds another recruiter. But he is tapped out. He has a Vial on 2. Back to Amadeus, and let's see what he gets to do. Oh, I know the name. Saddle Mariner, I think.
Read the card to chat and to me, please.
Sure.
And Amadeus has drawn an Ornithopter, from what I can tell. Not the card you want to see on turn 6. So
No.
both players are missing their early plays.
Yeah. And the payoffs. Maybe yes.
And surprisingly, Julian is leaving his Vial at 2.
That's weird. Ooh, and Teferi.
That's a good response to that Vial.
Yeah.
Very good response. If he
Yeah,
gets-
bouncing the Vial now. Oh wow, that's so annoying.
Yeah. That would mean Julian would lose all his way to interact with Amadeus's spells and creatures in his turn.
Yes. Such a powerful card now, Teferi Time Rattler.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really in Legacy, well, in Modern it's also amazing too. In Legacy even more. It's full of
and in Standard
interaction.
and in Vintage.
Yeah, it's
and
just
in Highlander.
it's just a great card.
It's just a good
very
card.
great card. All right, what is this? Vanillion Click.
Yeah.
In response to the Teferi.
Teferi is stopping your opponent from casting spells, so if you want to play a click in your opponent's turn, you have to do it in response to Teferi, which Julian opted to do.
Very correct. Oh, but Amadeus has a Caracas. I didn't see it before, so he can bounce the click if he wishes. So.
Yes.
But.
And I think he will, but the click
I think he's
attacking
gonna start it.
Amadeus is already weak hand is going to be quite annoying. So he wants to get rid of the click, not just bouncing it.
I do agree, and you give your opponent value and more information if you bounce the click. He just gets to replay it, especially with a Vial on 3.
Yes.
But yeah, well, assuming the Teferi resolves to Vial won't be on 3 anymore, I guess. Search resolves.
That's true, but on the other hand, you don't want, with ninjas, you don't want to stick any creatures, even potentially to be put on the board.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to sort it eventually in any case.
Right. Oh, there was a mistake. We're going to read Settle Mariner now. I think they're checking. So on Settle Mariner, sorry, not Settle Mariner, it's a changeling. That's a 2/2. And whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. So he had. Now they're probably checking about the miss trigger because for the Vendilion click trigger, Julian should have paid 1 mana, right?
That's right, man.
And he didn't do that, so I don't know if we can interact with the judges, but either Amadeus should get a warning, or
maybe it just opted to not pay.
and it was countered, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. It's a cool interaction. Yeah, the text abilities as well is quite quite strong. There's a lot of stuff going on. So for thoughts, you have to pay 2 and so on.
And I think Julian Felix Flury opted to put Snapcaster into play and use the sword with it, because you don't really want to go Brainstorm.
Yes.
But with Teferi on the stack and only 1 mana open for sword, which would be countered.
Yes.
There is not really anything he can do.
I do agree. And so the Teferi resolves, bounce the Vial, as stated earlier.
Yes.
And there's a beautiful old Ornithopter.
Which will be used as a jump blocker immediately.
Amazing. Amazing. I love this deck already. I want to play it.
I hate it so much.
Well, it's just a necessity if you want to play the ninjas, I think. Just having a 1-drop or a 0-drop in that case, which you can play on turn 1, obviously. And then with evasion, turning it into a ninja turn 2. Wow, that's a spicy one.
Glen Elandra.
Archmage. What a card.
Yeah, but we definitely get to see the power of the fairy, bouncing Vial and stopping Julian from casting spells in his opponent's turn.
Yes.
Means he's going to have to tap out in his turn, meaning There is no interaction. What you see is what you get.
Correct.
There is some potential interaction in the shape of Glenalendra.
Yeah. He can activate abilities.
Yes, he can, but Glen does not counter. I think it reads non-creature spells, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
a negate
you-
on a stick.
yeah. You get to negate twice.
Right, because it has persist and comes back after it dies the first time with a -1/-1 counter.
Exactly.
Okay, this is still on a stack, I think. Amadeus thinking or about reacting. Alright, there is Oracle text. Wonder what they're looking up. Probably the Unsettled Mariner, but I'm not sure.
Probably Glen, because it's a Japanese card,
Okay.
I would guess. Oh wow,
Oh, he
he's
didn't jump.
opting to block with the Mariner.
Well, this potentially gives him 2 turns to tick up the Teferi and bounce
I think his
something
plan
again.
is to bounce with the Glen with Caracas, which I think Julian actually missed.
Oh,
That
Glen
would
is
be a play.
legendary.
Yeah, Glen is legend.
Oh, I didn't see that, that's true.
Yeah. Julian should know that though, because he's
yeah.
playing Caracas himself. I think 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's actually quite nice with Vial as well. Activate Glenalendra, comes back, bounce it back, and then Vial it in again, and you have
Exactly.
basically infinite negates. Wow, Vial control. I'm loving the flavor of this match. And I like Modern Horizons, and I think the new Commander cards they really
He's opting
mixed up
not to
Legacy.
bounce. Did Amadeus miss the Caracas as well?
Probably. Is it legendary though? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. I wasn't 100%.
Because I have done this myself. I am guilty of using
Wow.
Clan with Caracas.
Yeah, I hope he remembers. He's gonna bite himself if he does forget that. There's a Swords on the Mariner, and there will be a Force of Will probably. Yes. Arcos Force.
The beauty of Teferi is that Julian does not get to interact with
No,
the Force
not
except
at all.
for Glenalendra. But he can. Oh wow. Oh wow, Amadeus, I think.
Well, no, okay, now they're probably. Oh, jeez. Yeah. He missed that one.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because he could have bounced the Glenalendra.
Yeah, now you don't really want to bounce it anymore.
No.
Oh,
That
is
hurts.
rough. That is really rough.
That hurts a lot. Another Ether Vial. Or no, the one you got bounced earlier. Sorry.
And now, annoyingly, Glenalendra is actually a viable clock to keep Teferi low
Yes.
on loyalty.
Ooh. Do agree. There's Yuriko.
Is it going to stick though?
I don't think so. But we will find out.
We'll find out. Julian has actually already used 3 brainstorms and 2 swords.
Yes. And there was a Swords of the Top, if I'm not mistaken. He's playing 3 different, probably 4, then eventually different artworks of Swords of Plowshare.
Why?
And I love the flavor. I hope he knows that his Yuriko's legendary though, so it's not really like if there's a Swords, he's probably gonna bounce it.
Yes.
And there's a second Swords. Wow, yeah. No, he didn't respond. Okay, so maybe he didn't draw a sword, or I missed something completely. Just lets him bounce it and recast it probably. Just wants to kill the fairy, wants to get on board.
Well, he can't respond to Caracas ability.
You cannot respond to Karka's ability.
Well, you can, but not with spells because of Teferi.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You can only do
Yeah,
stuff while
you're
the stack
completely
is
right.
empty.
You're completely right. You're completely right. And another fancy card. This is the Foundry where he gets to sack a Thopter. To make a 4/4, and I don't know. We should read it up as well. We're gonna check that for you in a minute.
Yeah, it basically creates tokens, and then you can sack the tokens to make bigger tokens, and so on.
And then
And
the
for
third
3
third
mana,
mode, you can untap it.
You can untap it
Right.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was met anyway by Glenalenders. activated ability.
So now we see a Caracas on both sides,
It's
which
gonna be
means
fun.
both are not going to stick their impactful legends.
True.
But I'm starting to wonder if Amadeus actually missed that the Glen was legendary.
I think so. Yeah, I'm 100% sure because he I think there would have been a lot better routes to play this.
Yeah.
Ticks it out. Force of negation in hand.
I think Julian is getting to kill the Teferi on this turn,
Yeah.
which will have an insanely big impact on the
Yes.
outcome of this game. Because Amadeus is low on cards, Julian is not. And if Julian gets to do what he wants, I think he's going to pull ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he should have a second recruiter in hand as well, so he can start doing the value train now.
Oh yeah.
To ferry down. Big game. Yeah, he's just so far ahead with cards and
Yeah. I think
on the
most of
board.
it came down to Amadeus flooding out and not drawing into a brainstorm to get rid of
Yes.
the spare hands.
Yes.
Spare lands.
Yeah, had he drawn that in the first couple of turns, I think there would have been so much gas.
I think blue mirrors are usually decided by the player who gets to brainstorm more, and Julian has resolved, I think, there's 2 or 3 in the graveyard, and he snapcasted 1 brainstorm as well, so he's really far ahead in card selection.
Yeah. Correct. Yes, and there's the shapeshifter. The 1/1 unblockable shapeshifter.
Do you know if Amadeus is playing a main deck solution to Caracas? Because right now he's losing to it badly.
I don't know. We didn't get the lists yet, unfortunately. There might be a few wastelands in that list, but I would assume so. No.
Yeah.
He just wants to have a good mana base himself with a lot of basics. He does play a lot of basics.
He does.
5 on the board.
Is he playing Snowlands for the Astrolabe as well?
Ooh, Palace Jailer.
Or is there another reason to play Snowlands?
I don't know if he plays Astrolabes himself, but I don't think so. Maybe he plays the Sweeper. Maybe he plays... What else could he play? I don't know. We will find out. But Palace Jailer and exiling...
Yeah, I think he's closing out the game now.
1/1. Yeah, he's gonna draw extra cards. Waste too many. He's
Yeah.
way ahead on the board.
And surely he will have some way to flicker or bounce the Palace Jailer to get rid of a creature multiple times.
Yes. Cool.
Plague Engineer, getting rid of the tiny humans.
Card he really likes, he told me yesterday. I think he plays 3 main even. Must be horrible for certain decks to play against that.
Yeah, but it is also very much necessary because you really have to, the decks that go wide, you need a solution for that, and you cannot afford to play like 8 or 10 spot removal, and even then you might not be able to get through, for example, against like elves. So Plague Engineer does make a lot of sense.
Yes, it sticks. And the text, I really, until yesterday, I never read on it. I have played the card myself, but the Death Touch, I probably read it, but I forgot again about it because it's just a 2/2 body with amazing ability, and then it gets Death Touch as well.
It gets Death Touch as well. I didn't know that either. That is really good in this deck, actually, because you don't really want to block that.
No, never. Never, never. So a flash creature would be amazing if you had one to steal the Monarch. Because
yeah, I think it is already too late though.
It is over already, I do agree. And another Brainstorm.
And even if he gets to flash a creature in, there's 2 Vials on the battlefield now, so the chances
and he
of
gets
there
to
not
sculpt
being a
his
blocker and
hand.
not being a spot removal are quite slim.
I do agree. And yep, Amadeus sees the writing on the wall and scoops it up. Unfortunate showing from him.
Yeah, that was really rough. So, what do you think went wrong in this match, except for from the obvious flood? There was a standstill, I'm sure.
There was a standstill, you're sure?
Yes, I'm
sure. Interested. I'm super interested. Just like the play there with Glenalendra, had he bounced it, I think it would have been amazing. Or he had more chances because then I don't remember what did it counter. Glenalendra countered I think 2 things, and just that by itself generated so much value.
It countered the force in the end.
Yeah.
And the force was on a sword targeting the ninja, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, and if he keeps his ninja and then finds his unblockable dude and starts
Yes.
attacking with it, like if Felix, if Julian is not so far ahead, then I think he could have won the game.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah. Anything else? Like Julian had a good draw, just generic good draw.
Mm.
I didn't see any planeswalkers. I thought like by at some point we might see a chase, but in the Vial deck, maybe he doesn't even play them at all.
Mm. Do you think it's unfair to play foreign cards like this, especially ones that are not seeing that much play, like Clan Elentra?
Um,
Because even if you look up the Oracle text from a judge,
yeah.
me personally, if I'm looking at the Oracle, I'm just looking at the Oracle text. I'm not looking at the creature
I
types.
agree. I agree. I wouldn't. I
If I
wouldn't
look
at
at
the
the card, I
stats.
would see probably, okay, it's a legend. But if I look at the Oracle text, I only read the text.
Yeah, I do
You know
agree.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. Um, that's very true. I don't know because I personally like the style. I don't know of foreign languages, especially Russian and Japanese. Um, but I do agree. My personal opinion is if you play such cards and an opponent asks you, you should be able to give him complete information, or well then just call a judge and take the oracle text just for.
Yeah, but
for
if
but I mean,
in
it
this
is a strategy. I
situation,
see what you. I see where
in
you're
this
from.
situation, not the Oracle text was that relevant,
But
but
the picture of the card.
the 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 super type of the card.
I understand what you're saying. I th- Especially to newcomers in Legacy, it's a bit annoying if you
Yeah.
cannot read the cards and you have to ask for Oracle text always. But Amadeus is playing Magic since I don't know 20 years or
Yeah.
something, so he should.
You could also argue it's kind of his own fault because Clan Elandra has been an actual card for a really long time.
Yeah, that's
And
very
if you
true.
ever played like a singleton format or some spicy list,
Vintage Cube
you should know
or
it. Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Um, but yeah, if people like their foreign cards, I don't know. I don't judge them for this.
Yes.
That's all right. You like foreign cards yourself? You have a nice foil shiny Japanese deck, or
I do have not.
me neither. I don't like foils at all, but it's a really personal thing. Right. I hope for a better showing from this deck because he really he told me yesterday about it and
What do you
he
think
was
we're going to
excited.
see from the sideboard from Amadeus?
I don't even know if he boards out. What does he want to board out? Forces? Does he really want to board out forces? Probably.
I think he doesn't need all the removal. He can cut down on some plague engineers and some spot removal, I think.
Yeah. And I saw rest in pieces in his hand. I think. This is a quick start. Both keeping on 7, I think.
Vial. There we go.
Foundry versus
That's
Vial. Beautiful.
what you want to see.
Yeah, turn 1 Ether Vials.
This is a real game.
Wonder, no play from Amadeus yet. He does have a lot of 1-drops and 0-drops. I don't know if he shaved on those as well. But I don't think since it's the main engine of his deck.
Julian's hand is looking quite weak though. I think I've seen like 4 or 5 lands.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes if you keep a land-heavy hand with like 3 lands and then you go top deck land, then it just looks terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's hard to pass up on a first turn Vial.
Yeah, I agree. And the game should go quite a bit long, I think. So we see the Foundry. Yeah, I forgot the first part of the Foundry, but he made a token. I think it's a OX token. And there's a second Foundry, and he's gonna attack.
Right. Retrofitter Foundry.
Retrofitter Foundry.
For 2 mana and tapping, you get a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And for 1 and tapping, sacrifice a servo, create a 1/1 colorless top tier creature with flying. And 0 mana, sacrifice a top tier, create a 4/4 colorless construct. Right. Which means you can also sacrifice Ornithopter to get a 4/4.
Yeah, that's the play he told me, and that it's quicker even than Delver, and you don't even really lose a card because you just get back a 4/4. Of course, it's weak to bounce spells, but
yeah.
Oh, counts as Judgment.
Wow, that is
for one of the Foundries. He's sacking it and creating a 4/4 and respins to the Judgment.
That doesn't make sense to me at all.
No,
because the Judgment is likely targeting the construct now.
Well, maybe he wants to protect his foundries.
Yeah, that could be.
He does take a foundry.
Then it was
Interesting.
correct for him to do that.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that's good. And yeah,
I think I'm seeing a Teferi.
Yep. And it's gonna come down.
Yes. It's very likely to resolve and bounce the Ethereal. Teferi is so strong in this matchup.
Yes. Well, in any blue matchup, really, no?
I think in this one in particular, because Julian is playing a lot of like expensive creatures that either have flash or want to get flash in by Ethereal, because you cannot really afford to tap out on your own turn. And Teferi shuts down basically that game plan completely.
100%. Now he gets to get in for 4. Has an Ornithopter which he can turn into a 4/4 at instant speed, and has his Teferi out. No response with the Vial. This game's looking to get out of hand for Julian.
Oh,
Swamp
wow.
as well.
There's a swamp.
Wow, Supreme Verdict, killing.
What do you think the swamp is for?
Hunters.
Playing Engineer?
Probably.
Perhaps some discard as well.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I guess what could he splash?
Maybe just for sideboarding as well.
Yeah, could be. DK anyway would have splash green as well, and then he's all the 5 colors.
That is the power of the Astral Ape, though.
Yeah, I think it's very true.
And because you're playing Ethereal, you don't intend to play Stony Silence anyway, so...
Yeah, now we know what it is for. Notion Thief coming down on the main phase.
Wow.
Great card.
Great card.
Has flash, is a 3/1, and whenever your opponent draws a card apart from the first one in his turn, you draw it instead, right?
That is not correct.
How does it work?
It only works for all cards drawn except for the first card drawn in the draw phase. So even if you draw the first card in your opponent's phase, it gets replaced.
Right.
But we saw a Plague Engineer coming down from
Killing
Amadeus, immediately killing it.
Yeah.
And obviously no possible response from Julian.
No, and really running away with the game now, Amadeus.
Yeah.
And Teferi just shuts down everything.
Teferi, yeah. Showing his prowess.
Just a land in the pass.
Do you think it's even possible to come back in Julian's situation now?
No, because now I think he's gonna ninja in. I think I saw Yuriko. And
wow, that would seal the deal immediately.
I think so, yes.
No, apparently not.
Yes, so there is probably a ninjutsu. Oh, he has 2. He does. Wow, this is going to be amazing. So he ninjutsus in Yuriko and his other ninja. He's going to draw 2 cards and flip 2 cards of Yuriko, so he's going to get 4 cards out of it.
That is
Jeez Louise, that's a lot of cards. So draws 2, and then flips a swords and a lance, so deals 1 damage. And has a brain. Well, yeah, this game is over if you ask me. Just drawing ways too many cards.
Yep.
Pass back violent.
And I think Julian knows it as well.
Yeah.
He did draw Caracas though, which might delay things a bit, but it won't change the fact that he's really far behind. He doesn't have any plays, and the Caracas only means that he basically draw a blank as well.
Yeah. And the Vial's going to get bounced next turn probably as well if he doesn't do anything else.
Drawing one more card.
Yeah.
But he didn't play anything last turn with 5 mana open, and he drew a Caracas, so that basically means he doesn't have a meaningful play this turn as well.
I do agree.
Maybe he has a ref and waited for the ninja guys, but
Ooh.
he does not.
He does have something.
He does have something.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a Venser?
Yeah, it's a Venser Shape, so on. And this is quite good with the Caracas. Bounces the Teferi, so gets to interact now during his opponent's turn.
I don't think that it is meaningful though, because we
Yeah.
did saw Swords to Plowshares.
Yes.
And Julian does not have a way to counter the Teferi, so Teferi is just coming down again.
Yeah. And yes. So he cast the swords on the end step. Teferi was bounced by the Carcass.
Yes, but Teferi will get slammed again and draw a card, bouncing at her while stopping Yunnan from casting anything.
Yeah.
The ninjas will come in again.
Yes. Teferi back.
Yeah.
And the ninjas connect. He draws 4 cards again. With the trigger on the stack, he's gonna brainstorm. Now he can put like double Force of Will and deals, or Force of Will Plague Engineer and hits him for 8. I like the deck a lot. It's amazing. Cool. So we saw both decks working. Now we're gonna have a third final game.
Yes, Mattu,
great.
it was very cute, but it was Teferi that won the game.
Yeah, of course, I know. I know that.
Any
But
good old creatures
Yuriko.
creating just a little bit of value would have done the job in the same spot.
Yeah, but drawing 4 cards is kind of closing out the game.
It is
rather
closing out the
quickly.
game, yes, but
But in all
So would
seriousness,
have-
what do you think about the ninjas? Because there have been a lot of different ninjas lists, and there's even a Menguchi video, I think or like the second or third Menguchi video with ninjas in Legacy. Do you think it's a viable strategy or not?
I think it is viable, but it's not top tier. I
Okay.
think it's very. It is for a blue deck. It is very shaky in its draws, and we got to see that in the first game as well. And you have a lot of really bad top decks like Plague
ninjas
Engineer is
when you don't-
potentially very bad.
Okay.
Removal is potentially removal is usually quite good, but like an Ornithopter is often very bad. Stuff like that.
That's
You
true.
get wacky draws, and
That's true.
you don't have that many disruption slots because a lot of your spells are actually creatures that don't really do anything
On their own.
meaningful.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it needs to really work together. If it does that, it
Yeah,
can be
if
very
it does,
powerful.
it will snowball quite quickly.
Yeah.
Because of the drawing, of course. Yeah,
But if your opponent manages to get into that, and then you start playing the cards by themselves, the power level of the
Yes.
cards themselves isn't that high.
it is not. It really isn't.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical fish deck that just plays Dark Confident and all the other cards are still good around it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my opinion on the deck, but it is fun to see, and I'm glad we get to see a third game.
Yeah, I agree. It's certainly not tier 1.
Yeah,
I think
it is viable. It might.
yeah, and maybe with some tweaks. I really like the Ornithopter Foundry interaction.
Yeah.
Like turn 1 to 4/4 is a good thing. Like it is quicker than Delver. It hits really hard. I think you have a good combo matchup for sure with this deck.
Really?
I think you probably have some number of Thoughtseize as well. We didn't see any. I agree.
Yeah, we didn't see
Like
any.
some discard, and then the 6 forces main plus I think 1 in the sideboard to get it going. And then fair matchups probably are a bit difficult sometimes because you play those weak cards. But I love the flavor.
And removal heavy matchups can be rough.
Yes.
As well.
All right, third game. Live totals should be updated in a minute. Yes. And no Vial on turn 1, just an Astrolabe.
Yeah.
And there's the 1/1. Ooh.
There's the one.
Explosive
Usually
start.
would say the name of the card, but
Yes,
we
but-
don't know.
I have played it in limited. I'm sorry. Changeling Outcast.
looking
Changeling
it up.
Outcast. I know it.
Changeling Outcast.
It's Changeling
alright.
Outcast. And it's a 1/1 Changeling that is unblockable, which pairs very well with some ninjas. Ooh, Caracas.
Caracas is very important in this matchup. Do you think Amadeus has sideboard against Caracas because he knows Julian is likely to play 2 or 3 copies?
You think 2 or 3? Wow. I don't know.
Because the art is different, we know that he's playing at least 2.
You're right.
He's still opting to put in the
To
ninja.
Sword Stutter Ninja. He had it for Yuriko, the Caracas, but he ninja'd in another ninja. You would have drawn 2 cards thanks to the Changeling Outcast.
Yeah. So both players up to a great start, actually.
Yes.
Julian really needed that sword.
Yes. Yeah. If Amadeus connects there, it's like drawing
He
2
will-
cards in the second turn. It's just very,
That is
very
very
strong.
good, yes. No doubt.
See a Brainstorm hanging out there, just playing a map. Does he have a click? No land drop for Amadeus. There is another ninja. Do you think we see a force? Snap custom mage. Force
There
of
we see a
will, we
force.
do see it. And now is there another swords? Wow, they connect. So now he gets to draw 2 cards. Still misses the land drop, I think.
It's probably fine though.
Yeah.
You can operate the deck with a scrubland and the basic island.
Yeah. Yeah, the force they're really paying off. Usually you want to, in a lot of blue decks in those matchups do want to board out the Force of Wills. But I think if you have
Yeah.
such powerful plays,
Yeah,
you want to
definitely
protect them.
not in this one. I don't think either player can afford to board out.
Forces.
Yeah.
It's always the first, like one of the first lessons in blue sideboarding in Legacy. Take out the daisies because players play around them, take out the forces. And then sometimes you just lose because other people kept
Yeah.
in their daisies and their Force of Wills, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
It just generates a lot of momentum if you have free
Yeah.
spells.
And the planeswalkers that didn't used to exist, like Teferi and Narset, also kind of change everything because you can't really allow them to resolve ever.
No,
So you
yeah.
basically need the forces, and then
Yeah.
you need the forces to counter their forces to resolve your planeswalkers.
Yes,
So I think it's a lot trickier to board out forces these days.
I do agree. Nice. Recruiter coming down.
Hardcast Recruiter.
What do you
Do we
think?
get to see a Jailer? Or maybe a Plague Engineer? We did see a
Oh.
Basic Swamp, so...
He does have a lot of options. He has Snappy, Glenalendra. I saw the Notion Thief.
I think Glenalendra is too late.
Yeah, no, he needs to handle the ninjas somehow.
Yeah.
So Snappy would be a good option, as he has a sword in the grave.
I think that is a Plague Engineer, though.
That's really good against shapeshifters,
Yeah.
especially 1/1 shapeshifters. There's a 3rd land. There is an edict. And another 2 cards for Amadeus.
Yeah.
Does he have a blue card for the force? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
And there's a firing. Reading it again.
A lot of unexpected cards today.
Yeah.
And there's a Supreme
Wow.
Verdict, not messing around.
No.
Not wanting to play
That
into
was
the force.
that was good. That was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
very good.
And another Ornithopter. Yeah, not a lot of action from Amadeus now.
No. And now we get to see what I meant with having like this. Amadeus has a lot of bad draws right now.
Yeah.
Even though he draw like 4 or 6 cards with the ninjas.
Yeah, I agree.
He does have some cards left. But technically he should be ahead a lot more.
Yeah, a lot of other decks, if they draw 4 cards,
Yeah.
it's almost over, I'd say. Of course, you always can, like, even with the Grizzlebrand, you can draw some lands, but
Yeah.
generally saying. But he does get to make a 4/4 at the end of turn. While Julian is brainstorming.
We haven't actually seen the reason for Julian to play the mountain. Do you think it's just the
You're right.
Magus of the Moon?
Probably. I would say so. Like against lands or depths, or even a Blood Moon out of the sideboard, I can imagine.
Maybe Pyroblast in the sideboard, or
yeah, that for sure. Yeah,
Magnetic
you're right.
Synchro.
Yeah. It's a really good card.
But we haven't seen it yet. All we have seen is
Esper
blue-white
Colors.
control with Plague Engineer.
And
basically.
Notion Thief.
Which did nothing.
No. No. But a cool card.
Yes.
Really cool card. Counts as Judgment. That's frustrating.
That's Touchy Foundry. He does get to make a servo though, but I think we get to see the same thing that we saw in the first game, where Julian is drawing his brainstorms, where Amadeus is not.
Yeah.
And he's starting to pull ahead in card advantage. He's
Yeah.
finding his solutions,
I do
shuffling
agree.
away extra lands he doesn't need.
Neither player seems to be playing Ponder. I know it from Amadeus, but I'm not sure if Julian also.
I don't
skipped
think
on
you
Ponder.
can afford it with Vial and Astrolabe.
Yeah, it's probably just a cut for Astrolabe, right?
Yeah.
Or like any one mana
Yeah.
cantrips.
Ponder would be really good with Vial, though, I think.
Ponder would be good with Vial.
Yes.
Why?
Because you have a lot of shuffle effects, and you want to find specific cards for the Vial.
Okay.
And you want to find Vial.
Okay. Apart from playing it on turn 1, obviously, but yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Amadeus has to force for any big plays.
He's basically hoping that Julian is playing into his hardcast force with something big. That is something big.
Indeed. And there's the force. Back.
Force and force.
To get rid of the Palace Jailer, and this card is just very, very strong.
Yeah, especially if you get to exile a big token.
Yeah, and then put it on an empty board. There's a Brainstorm for Amadeus. Let's see what he finds.
That's a little late, though. Well, there's a 1/1 changeling.
Yeah, there's a 1/1 changeling.
Good job.
Well, okay, he does handle it.
And the 1/1 changeling is relevant because he potentially could.
No, but there's a Plague Engineer on the other side.
Yeah, there is.
He shouldn't have played. Yeah, he knew that one. And no matter what you name, the shapeshifter will die. Another Ether Vial, sorts.
Can you miss naming Plague Engineer? I don't think you can. I think you have to choose.
No,
right.
I think it's a must, like with the Cavern of Souls.
Yeah.
Or Unclaimed Territory should be the same, I think, as well. And Amadeus flooding out of it. That's the third Ether. No, the second Ether Vial, sorry. Yeah. End of turn. Going to thin his deck.
I would love to slam a Stony Silence against Julian.
Yes. Yes, I do agree. Not really played in Legacy, though.
It is a sideboard card.
It is a good sideboard card, I think. But,
it does much more than you would expect.
Yes. Nullerod was quite a bit more because there was no color restrictions. I had the feeling Nullerod was played a bit more even than Stone Silence.
Makes sense to me as well, because white deck already have the tools to deal with artifacts.
Yes. Julian drawing a bunch of cards of Astrolabes and then off the excuse me, the Monarch as well, and his end step. And
imagine those had been Ponders instead of Astrolabe. He would have got to see
yeah.
so many cards.
Yeah. There's a Eureka. He doesn't even expect it to stick yet.
Yeah.
That's the Eureka. Caracas. Yeah. And I think he has this game very much sealed up.
Yeah, this game is over. I don't think Amadeus has decent comeback mechanics, and even if he had, there's Monarchy, there's 2 Vials.
Yeah, Monarchy
Julian
is
is doing
just so powerful in Legacy, I feel like.
Yeah, it can be. Well, Palace Jailer is just an amazing card in general.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of it, or not a lot, but we're going to see it today.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Death and Tax is playing it as well, and so on. Oh. He is flooding though as well. I have to ask him how many lands he play. Unfortunately, we still don't have the deck lists to check that. But I wonder, what do you think? He's playing like 20? 20 lands?
It feels like it's even more.
Right.
I think I would play like around. If he doesn't play Wasteland, I would play around 18 and the full Ponders.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. And wow.
But I think I would build the deck entirely differently with bases.
Of course.
With bases as well.
Okay. Yeah, bases would be good, I think. Cool. And Glenarendra sealing the deal. He can bounce his Glenarendra.
Glen Caracas
put it
at
back.
Vial on 4.
Wow.
Now Felix is being cute.
Yeah. Too cute.
Yeah, there's nothing Amadeus can do about it, I think.
Well, he's not giving up. Well, now he might be giving up.
Yeah.
Bounces to click. He can resolve a Plague Engineer on Fairy, or Wizard, I think even.
Yeah, they're both fairy wizards. You're right.
But there is a Jason Mind Sculptor, there's a Pyroblast, there's lots of cards, lots of good cards in Julian hand.
Yeah, and Julian is not even playing them.
No,
He's
because it
just
doesn't need to.
putting out as much damage as he can, which is not a lot, but
Getting it for 1 a turn.
yeah. I think he's going to beat with Plague Engineer. Did we hear extra turns, or am I mistaken?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
But I'm not sure. Guess they would inform us. Putting in click again. Increasing his clock. Ah, clicks himself. Gets rid of a card. Is
Edict for the ninja. Amadeus is not even bouncing his own ninja because he needs to deal with the damage.
yeah. Bouncing every turn, but gives him like if you bounce a click every turn, you just give your opponent so much value. It's of course you can reduce the clock, but still. He does buy himself time. He does buy. I really wonder. Like, I mean, Julian is at 3, which I missed a bit.
Yeah.
How he got down that quickly? I think it was the. I mean, no, the Thopter swung in like.
The
once or
4-4
twice.
connected.
Yeah, and then the ninjas connected twice at the beginning. So
Yeah, but I don't think there's any way for him to actually deal the final 3 damage.
yeah, okay, so he's not. I don't think he's really.
I think he's actually just buying time and hoping
Yeah.
for a draw.
Draw
at this
either
point.
Plague Engineer or something else, but almost like if he bounces to click every draw step, he can get clicked. So whatever he draws might be relevant. Now it's a chase. Now he might concede. I don't know.
If he's playing for time, chase doesn't change much. Unless Julian actually finds another clock.
Yeah, but
We have not actually seen a big creature from Julian.
No.
Maybe there's a mentor somewhere in the list, but he might have sided it out.
I don't think so. Do you really
I don't think so either.
No. If you play Vials and a lot
If
of
you play
creatures.
Vial and Recruiter and the blue deck, why not play a mentor?
It would be an idea actually with Astrolabes and stuff. And he does play Brainstorms. Might actually be cool.
Even if you don't, just add violent removal is enough to justify a mentor.
Yeah. It's just such a power card.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, he's trying to play fast.
But you have Scoop?
It depends on the time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad there is no round clock for us to see.
Yeah.
But I would have scooped a
that
long
out,
time
didn't
ago if time was not.
Oh, there's another clock.
And quite importantly, it shuts down brainstorms as well.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter that much in any case, but
No, they're
better be safe,
Yeah, better be safe than sorry. I mean, he's drawing an extra card with his Monarch every turn. Yeah. Less for the round clock. I do not understand why he keeps on playing, but yeah. We will find out. Finds a Foundry.
Click on Ocean Thief is cute though.
That's amazing. Wow. It's like Narset, but
No,
better.
but better because you get to draw a card.
Yeah, you get to draw the card. Yes, the opponent doesn't draw.
So the way it works is Ocean Thief basically replaces your extra draws from your opponent with your own draw, and Click forces your opponent to draw a card and put a card away. So
So you discard them or put a card on the bottom of the library, and you draw a card, which
Yes.
is quite the nuts.
And with Caracas, you get to do it every turn. It's very cute. This I like.
Yes, yeah, I do. I love the list as well. I think it's amazing we have two such interesting lists at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think Modern Horizons and the Commander, they had a lot of impact, which you see here.
Yeah.
So we see Eureka from the Commander, we see the Astrolabes.
Force of negation, obviously.
It's cool that Legacy gets new cards to toy with.
Mm.
Really like it. Really like it. Right. And do we know how much rounds you have? I think it's 7 or 8 rounds today.
Depending on the players, which we still don't know, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna find that out after this round,
Yeah.
and then inform all the people. Has there been any play in Vintage as well for Modern Horizon cards?
Yeah, Force of negation, but apart from that, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. Force of vigor is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's even more impactful almost.
Yeah. Yeah, it completely shaped the way that Dredge players are building their deck lists.
Yeah. They play 4 now, main even sometimes, no?
Yes, main, and they don't play lands anymore.
Right, apart from Bazaar.
From Baza, yeah. They're manaless Dredge, basically.
Yeah, but there were pitch stretch lists before, right? Which is for forces. And,
Yes, but you still need the removal in the sideboard.
Okay.
Finally, Amadeus conceding.
That was enough for him, and we have a 2-1 for Julian, Felix, Flury. Congratulations to him.